All right, good people of Cherokee County, what's going on? Big Matt and Diamondina's in the house. People from across the world, all the way around everywhere. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And thank you guys all for stopping in and spending a little bit of time with us here on the Matt and Todd Show. We like to cover all our local area action. And tonight, guys, we got college news from some recruiting stuff going on for 2023 class. I got some stuff for USFL. And, of course, Dean's got plenty to talk about for college basketball. So if you like it, Dean,
down it.
What do they do if they like what they see?
Hit the subscribe button.
It's just that easy. How easy is it to subscribe?
That's our catchphrase.
How easy is it, though?
Oh, I mean, it's simple.
And
all you do is hit subscribe.
And it's free. It costs nothing. Just go
I
over
think
there.
that keeps people from it, though.
Yeah, some people may think it costs something.
Well, I ain't
and it don't. So,
no.
So what's been going on and everything?
Doing good. How you doing?
Yeah.
Wind's been bad.
Yes, busy. Had a lot of stuff going on this week.
I ain't seen you since Thursday. I just I went down to Beckett's Friday. We just watched some ball. Watched UCLA and North Carolina, but I come back, obviously, and we were both dead tired by 10:30. So.
And that's something that we've talked about doing. Roy Knapp and those older guys, Coach Benefield, the older coaches. We're going to do some podcast stuff with them sometime soon.
Roy said, not Roy, Buddy.
Yes.
Said his actual name is Roy, but he's Roy Jr. Said to call him tomorrow. I actually said today or tomorrow.
Yeah. So. We're looking forward to collecting some history of.
Yeah.
Hey guys, these guys go way back in this county.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, actually, Jerry Benefield was your dad's coach.
He was. So
72.
Just stay tuned, and I'll definitely have something up on the page, and it'll be podcast only. So go over there to Spotify or Crackle or Applecast, wherever you get your podcast stuff, and find us, the Matt and Todd Show, and it'll be up. And we have a lot of other shows on there, a lot of other information, and some specials I did back during football season, Polish Day stuff, interviews with coaches. So we're going to try to do that to try to hold on to some of that history, man, because it's going to go away.
Too.
We had Coach Johnson. We had it nailed down, man.
Yeah.
COVID happened. Things got a little eerie, and I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. I didn't, because I love Mark and them, and I love Coach Johnson when it's done for this county. But we're about to hit a mark where we probably could have made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to the big football field in the sky.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't real comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Anymore after COVID, anyway.
Yeah. So, but we don't want that to happen again. We don't want these this history to escape the county again. We'd like everybody to be able to entertain
you got to get
idea.
these older guys on. I was talking to one in Beans and Greens one night. And I said, we're going to honor y'all I'm not going to say who he was, but he's like, we're going to honor y'all at a football game sometime. He didn't come out and say it, but he's like, you better hurry.
Well, so that'll be coming soon. So again, thank you for hanging out with us. And of course, we need to give us a little bit of drop of hat here. Thanks to the Smorgasbord Restaurant over at Cedar Bluff at the Cove. Brad and Brosh went over the other night and had the ribeye steak. Made
good.
Brad cooked it up to perfection for me. Just said, hey, man, go in there and just make me what you would eat.
Brad's getting a rap for being a good cook, isn't he?
He always has been. Only a small group of us, I guess, know him. So go over there and check them out. Shrimp, steak, pasta. I actually have some leftover Alfredo waiting on me. So
he did all the cooking there?
Yeah. Now he has some help, some ladies that help him. And he started to do breakfast, too, with fishing season coming. So, go there and have breakfast with him. It'll be gravy biscuit and sausage, bacon, eggs, and stuff.
Thursday through Sunday?
Yes. I think now, first of the month, April, they may be starting Wednesday, stuff. We'll have breakfast of the week.
Out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, isn't he?
Yeah, he comes in early. He tries to get out there later sometimes, 7, 8 or so, when it tries to slow down. So he's doing like 12 hours a day through all the day. So.
But he's a dream of his. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. God's blessed him with it, and he's give all credit to God, and I'm happy for him, man. So, and Warrior Gym, go over and see Todd for some new things we got going on, some specials for the month. I think we're going to be doing 125 for the month, and there's tanning bed stuff involved with that too. So it's getting summertime, guys. So you want to get that?
It's supposed to be 80 one day.
Yeah, get that fit on, get your muscles up. We fix to get Dean in there and get some protein in him, get some muscles going.
I'm checking this store, man. Oh, okay.
All right.
Like we got our final four set.
We got a final four set. Let's
we can
write
get
it down. Who's the Final Four set now?
Well, we won't. We'll get into deeper. We'll get into it deeper later, but it's going to be North Carolina and Duke.
North Carolina and Duke.
And Villanova and Kansas.
Villanova and Kansas. I think I have two. I got Villanova and Kansas. I did not have Duke or North Carolina. Of course, not North Carolina. I thought Duke may fizzle out a little early, but they're playing for Coach K.
Yeah, they are. So they're playing good.
The ACC, Dean, they're trying to make another run at it. This conference wide, I mean, they're
all year. All we heard, and I'm not saying they're wrong.
They wasn't good.
It's like no, they're not good at all.
Well, here we are,
and 3 teams in the Elite Eight.
Well, without any further ado, like I said, we'll be talking about some more of that, and I got just a little bit of recruiting stuff.
All right.
For some guys, USFL news, kind of dates, and some familiar names that you guys will probably know, coaches and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Just kind of something kind of interesting. They'll kick off April the 16th. Birmingham Stallions will verse the New Jersey Generals.
Wow.
Here are some
Donald Trump. You telling them?
Yes, that's correct. Here's some real changes, Dean. Now you'll find this interesting.
All right.
15-yard kick for 1 point after touchdown. You can run a play from scrimmage for 2, normal 2-point conversion, or you can have a 3-point play from the 10-yard line.
But you got to score on it.
Yes.
Right. Wow. 3-point plays. I bet a lot of people go for that.
Well, from reading the articles and a little more in depth about it, they're trying to give more opportunity to teams that are behind,
right,
to try to get them back in the game. They're also going to have all the replay will be done in LA. There's only one challenge per team, and the kickoff will be from the 25.
Is it full blast? Well, 25. Yeah, no, I know it's full blast.
Yes,
they usually kick them in the end zone.
Yes. 4th and 12 play. This is what I was a little confused. I had to read it twice to make sure I read this right. And guys, y'all can go online and type in USFL. They got a huge web page explaining all the new rules. On 4th and 12, at a chance of getting the ball, if you're losing, you can run a play on 4th and 12 from a certain part of the field. But I'm not sure about all the detail on it.
And it doesn't punish you.
Yes.
You don't turn the ball over.
Of course, if you don't make it, they get the ball back at the whatever.
Right.
So there's some things about that I want to look more into. The overtime, there's a 3-play shootout. The clock will stop on a first down inside the 2 minutes, starting in the second and the fourth quarter. So those are some things.
Those rules make it sound. I'm checking the score.
Yeah, go ahead. They have.
Makes it sound pretty interesting.
Well, they're trying to do things that they've been begging the NFL to do for a long time.
Right. I kind of agree with the 3-play shootout.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
I'd like to take that to college.
I do too. And
2 points for each time.
And you never know; these things may bring on. They may bring on some thought process.
It could.
To some commissioners or athletic directors. I don't know. There's going to be 8 teams in the USFL here. And like I said, they'll kick off April the 16th at 6:30. Birmingham versus New Jersey. Now
I had to go to one night.
Yeah, I would like to check it out.
I'm sure tickets wouldn't be terribly high.
No, probably not. Now here's some coaches, and y'all may know some of these. I do, and some of them I don't. And then I got like 6 players that just a few random kind of players from Bama, Georgia, Auburn. Pittsburgh Maulers, Kirby Wilson's head coach. The Michigan Panthers, Jeff Fisher. We know Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, he's coach of Titans, right?
Yes, good coach. The New Jersey Generals, Mike Riley. We know who Mike Riley is.
Yeah.
Familiar face. The Philadelphia Stars, Bart Andrews. I don't know him. Tampa Bay Bandits, it will be Todd Haley.
Yeah.
Birmingham Stallions is our very own Lou Holt's son, Skip.
Really?
Skip Holtz. That's pretty interesting. Long bloodline, a lot of winning there.
Yeah, I like the keeping the names the same.
Houston Gamblers, familiar name, Kevin Sumlin from the old A&M guy.
Wow.
Very interesting. And then Larry Fedora is your New Orleans Breakers.
Huh.
So those are all some familiar names to us.
Yeah. Every one of them but 2.
Yeah.
2
some
or
players,
3, maybe. Yeah, here's some players.
The Michigan Panthers on Jeff Fisher's team, he is toting the old quarterback, Sean Patterson. Remember him, quarterback? This
for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And Michigan. Yes.
Okay, he's QB at Michigan.
Okay.
Now Tut from Auburn, remember him?
Yeah.
He's going to be at New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and also Calvin Ashley, an offensive tackle from Auburn. He's also there. Silva from Bama played corner. He's at the Philadelphia Stars under Coach Bart Andrews. Auburn has John Franklin, the wide receiver. He played quarterback there at Auburn. Remember Franklin?
Vaguely.
He was not really good, and they tried to make him a quarterback. And I think that maybe he come in as a receiver, and then they moved him to quarterback. And but he's going to be at the Tampa Bay Bandits. Arkansas running back Whaley, remember him? Been a couple of years ago. He's at the Houston Gamblers under Coach Sullivan. Coach Sullivan, of course, he knows him well. He probably recruited him, I'm sure, when he was at A&M. He wound up at Arkansas. And then Georgia's Davin Belima, the big defensive end. He was really good.
Yeah.
The New Orleans, he's at the Breakers with Coach Fedora.
Patterson, pretty big name there. He was pretty good.
He was.
Good. Yeah. Ole Miss and them transferred to Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah. And was their quarterback. He actually wasn't that good at Ole Miss when he was there, but then he went on which Ole Miss is now.
Let's see, who was Ole Miss coach then?
I don't.
Was it Nutt or
no? It was after
the other guy.
It was after what's his name too? Wasn't it? It was in between Kiffin and who's the dang Freeze? Wasn't it?
I think he was the coach there then. They weren't. So those are some interesting names. It's football, and if you love football, we done this 2 years ago. I remember in the winter when we were recording
XFL.
at the church, and Mike and Ethan would come on and they would talk about some of it with us, and we talked about it. We give it a little bit of talk, and it's football, and we're going to watch it. Are we going to be deeply involved in it and break it down for you every Sunday?
No,
probably not. But we're probably going to tell you about the Birmingham Stallions game.
Well, yeah.
And,
that's a local team,
and some players like Silva. Maybe talk about how he's doing, or Patterson how he's doing. We might mention some players too on Sundays because let's be honest, right now it is kind of a slow time of year.
Well, that's good for those guys that did not make the pros, that were good college players to have somewhere to play.
Yes, absolutely.
In the States instead of going over to,
or go to Canada or have to.
Maybe Gabriel Chambers can come on and play in this league. He's had to play over in Poland.
That'd be great.
Germany and everywhere else.
Yeah.
He's been playing.
So that's, Dean, that's kind of USFL news. A little bit of stuff. Remember, April 16th at 6:30. They're going to kick that off. And just a reminder, I'll remind everybody about this probably every other week. We will have our football media days this summer.
Right.
We're kicking around dates still, probably the end of June.
Like we did last year.
Yes. We're going to try to catch them before the break or after. So we'll see how that goes.
Before the 4th.
Yes. Before everybody gets gone and try to get all the coaches and all the kids in there. And
I don't know when what do you agree with on breaks when you were in school? Early break, taking off early in June or later?
I want to get out as soon as I could.
Okay. Most people do.
Yeah, I was ready to run and go swimming.
So maybe most people will be back from their vacation by the end of June.
Yeah.
I don't know too many. I'm sure some wait till after the 4th.
Yes.
But
yeah,
I'd rather have that last month off. I'd rather get all my traveling done.
I think we may try to go. I think we're trying to book something now, maybe for second week or something in July.
Yeah.
Like let everybody.
So you're going later.
Yes, let everybody kind of get it done and get what they want to do for the 4th. Because I don't have to be down the dock at Fort Lauderdale to enjoy fireworks because I really don't care. I just like to go for the peace and quiet and be on the sand, and it's fun to do Bible study out there early in the mornings. Have a waffle and a cup of coffee, and
peaceful place.
It really is. A lot of serenity. Have fruit and those little Belgian waffles and a cup of coffee. Man, when I took the kids down and we did that was great. Just doing Bible study, and we get up in the morning and I just do a little.
Got to pat them off.
Yeah, just do a 10-minute thing in the mornings with them, and it was great. It's really mind relieving. So we're gonna try to get that done. So yes, we'll have football media days. This will be our second annual, Dean. I can't believe we pulled it off last year. We were really nervous, and we had a great time though, and it was a lot of fun for all the guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll see some of the same faces will be back, and we'll have some new faces coming in. Especially, I know at Cedar Bluff, our home school, with the quarterback Jacob leaving.
Oh yeah.
And at Spring Garden, Coach Howard is losing a large group of his class, so we're going to see some some newer faces.
Different players. Now, all the same coaches, though.
Yes, yep.
But I don't think we changed over any coaches.
No, we got to bring Allen in. First annual. So Coach Beckett got to be the guinea pig over there. So
yeah, that was the only one.
Speaking of Cedar Bluff, I'll give some local scores. Just got some stuff here. Run through everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week. And again, if you enjoy what we do, guys, like Dean, he's done told you how to do it. You hit the subscribe button. It's really easy. I mean, you just hit subscribe and hit that bell, and you'll get notifications when we come live. And I usually say it on our Facebook page. We have Instagram accounts. You can find me on Twitter at BigMatt1977. And I just share usually college football stuff, which not a lot of that's going on right now.
No. Well, there's a few things took place in pro football this week.
Okay. We'll definitely talk about that too.
Few just transactions. Now,
local stuff, the Garden Girls traveled to Montgomery to play a tournament down there. And they defeated Alabama Christian 5-4, but they lost to Charles Henderson. Never heard of Charles Henderson. They lost to them.
Charles Henderson.
They lost to them 0-2. The girls were county champs. Of course, they won 1-0.
Right.
What a game that was that I had to miss, and I do apologize.
That was Wednesday.
We were getting the waffle car, and that's just why the cookie crumbles and life happens. And I tried to make it, and I just could not. And Neely signed to go to Barry the day after we did our show last week. Went over there and took a little video and got some pictures for her. Really excited for her. I'm excited for Barry. They're getting a great player.
Yeah, I mean, say she can play now.
They did lose to Cleveland County 4-3, and I think there's going to have. Let's see. Yes, and then of course I mentioned the tournament. Now the boys, they played Montford. They lost 14-12. But if you play with Montford,
Montford's pretty good.
They're a good team.
5A, 4A, 4 or 5.
Yes. Yeah, 4 or 5. And then they lost 8-0 to Alexandria. I think Kim and Bates pitched the game against Alexandria. Some of the info on some of the games I couldn't get. It says Landon pitched 4 innings. The Pope brothers finished out the game there for Montford, and Montford had 7. They scored 7 runs in that 7th inning. So, so they were ahead until that last inning.
They were up 12-7.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll coach Murphy. It's weird to say that. I almost said Cole. Sorry. I try to be professional. He is a coach now, and I know he's
hit a 3-run shot.
He's not the 12-year-old kid we remember watching play baseball. Cole's not. He's
way to lose.
I know he's Coach Murphy, so I'm sure he'll figure that out. And of course, like I said, they went up. They were winning 11-6 in the 6th inning. So,
wow.
Yeah, they got some good games coming this week ahead. I'm gonna try to get out there. I think Tuesday. You know, I know Center. We'll talk about the Center boys and girls. The girls have been at Southside April the 4th. They played Mountain Brook again. They went down there. They're on the road. They're going to be traveling a good bit. They lost 10-5 to them. Now the boys won 10-4 over Weaver, and they should have been at Leeds. And I don't have them on my Game Changer app, so I just have to get info from coaches as I can. So sometimes I get a lot of stuff, and sometimes I don't. Now, Sandrock girls, they won 10-4 versus 5. That's a good game. They're supposed to play at Piedmont tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Now, the Jaden Foster, wow, she has 700 strikeouts as a career for pitching.
700?
And her and Caitlin both hit homers that day, back-to-back home runs.
700. Wow.
The 4th and 5th innings was big innings for them. They went up scoring 3 runs in those innings. Like I said, Foster had pitched those games. Now the boys, 9-7 win over Westbrook Christian, which is really good. The 4th innings was a big inning for them. They scored 5 runs in those innings. In the 3rd, Yoder pitched. We know him. He had 5 strikeouts, led the team with 2 hits. The team had no errors. You know, we're hearing that a lot lately. Have you noticed that?
I think you've said that at least 3 times.
Every week it's
no errors. Wow. In a high school game?
I mean, that's...
I don't know if I've ever been to a high school game where there wasn't an error. And I know you've referenced it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And one...
That's pretty good.
Team got beat.
Yeah.
Bad, but they didn't make an error.
That's... it's an accomplishment. I mean, it's hats off to the coaches for... Getting them...
No error.
Ready. So that was Sandrock boys and girls, Center, Spring Garden. Galesville girls will be, I think they're at Ramburn later. They did lose 16-2 to Eider. The boys, Dean was at this game. The boys split with Asbury.
Mm-hmm. I won the first one.
Jeremiah got the win on that one, 10-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yarborough and Bradley led the team in hits, and they lose 14-1.
Yeah.
Mitchell led in that one. He was 2 for 3 in that game.
Yeah, he got a hit while I was there.
So they'll be
got a couple of hits in that first game.
I think they're traveling again too. Got a lot of traveling.
Yeah, a lot of traveling this week. Yeah.
So I'll try to get out when I can. I did go to Center and Anniston game.
Mm.
Bless Anniston's heart.
Bad.
They were 17-1 the second inning.
Oh gosh.
They just couldn't really. They were trying. I mean, they're doing the best they can. They're trying to get together.
Have they not had a program long, or is it just not a lot of?
They're just a football. Basketball.
They're very good in football and basketball. Storied basketball history. Won the state championship in both sports. Girls are good. Their athletics are good.
It's just hard to. It's just hard to throw a baseball program together. Baseball it's a little different.
It is.
That'll leave Cedar Bluff last. The girls went out there and covered the game. Me and you did, and they ended up beating Hoax Bluff.
Yeah, that was Monday.
That's a good game. Jordan.
They look good.
She had like 11 strikeouts, and Maddie hit a 3-run shot and a grand slam.
Oh, she hit 2. Yeah. See, I missed the 3-run.
Yes, she hit 2 that day.
She's showing out.
She's continuing to have a good game, and Jordan is too. They got a 5-0 win over West End. Of course, Jordan got the W. She gave up no runs and had 15 strikeouts.
She's done that more than once this year, hadn't she?
Yeah, they won 13-3 at the game that we were at, and of course she got the win in that game.
What? Okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish. Well, what's her record? I mean, it's got to be great.
Hers personally, or
just no, as a team.
Team.
I mean, it's
they play a lot of.
They went 5-0 early in the year.
Like that Host Bluff team. I mean, that's not
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He plays a lot of 3, 4, 5A schools.
Wow.
I mean, their area wise is like
They just didn't look like they have a lot of trouble winning. Thing hit.
All of them did.
Yeah, the run the base is good. I didn't see many errors. Did you?
No, not that I could think of. None. They're putting it together. They went to semifinals last year.
They went deep. Yeah.
Did they? No, they went to state. Did they lose in state or see?
They did. They lost in state.
Yes.
But now, and even Garrett would tell you their overall record wasn't great, but now I think their record's pretty dang good this year.
Yeah, and he puts them on some hard games.
Right.
It's not an easy season.
It seems like they've been winning them.
But when they get in there, they start playing that 1A, they can rock and roll right through that.
Wow.
The boys battled out with Coosa Christian, and we talked to some of them there at the girls' game. They come over there to support them. After the Hammond kid at Coosa got the W, they won 9-4 over Cedar Bluff. Hunter pitched for Cedar Bluff that game, and that was the last game. They lost both of those, and Bert led. They won the first game and lost the other two, and Bert led the team in hits. That last game they won 9-4. So that's kind of local.
Did they play anywhere? They didn't play after Tuesday, Cedar Bluff did?
I don't know.
I hadn't heard.
I don't know.
I saw Jacob today, and he said they didn't play Saturday.
By the
I don't know if they did Sunday.
Game Changer app,
Yeah.
And anybody that wants to share more stuff, I mean, the side notes page is for that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can share schedules on, and I have most of them scheduled, but the Game Changer app, it's not always exactly right. I mean, they had Spring Garden girls playing at home against somebody. So I was like, well, that's not right.
They're not home.
Yeah, so I messaged Luke. I was like, hey, is your mom and them, are they? He's like, no, they're playing in that tournament in Montgomery. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Montgomery tournament, but then the thing says at home playing, and I'm like, so anyway, sometimes it's hard to get,
Right.
reliable.
Oh, I know. So you don't want to take off to the game.
Yeah, no, don't, because that Game Changer app will have you.
You've heard of Buford High School, right?
Yes.
Well, I got a buddy in Cartersville, and he said, come on down Friday, and we'll go watch Buford and Cartersville. And I'm like, Buford and Cartersville's playing? Well, I get there to his house, and his son walks in and says, I'm going to the ball game. I'm like, you excited about it? And he's like, not really. I said, why not? Buford and Cartersville. He goes, dude, we're playing Lafayette. And not to disrespect Lafayette, but Lafayette can't play with Cartersville.
No.
And we went, and the dad got there, my buddy, and I'm like,
about 28-0 at halftime.
Buford and Cartersville? Oh, man, I was just joking. I was going to hang out with him. He'd asked me to come up there. We hadn't seen each other in a while. But, I was excited about getting to see Buford and Carter.
That wasn't bad news. That's just a bad joke.
That's a terrible joke. Yeah. Buford. I mean, we go over, and Trevor Lawrence is a quarterback. It's 48-7 in the third quarter.
Okay.
So
that's all your local stuff, Dean. I think that's all the scores. I've got choked and my eyes are watering. Sorry.
I only got to see Lawrence play from a distance. The only time me and Matt, we told this story a bunch, saw him play, he had the next to work. He played in 57 base football games in high school. And we got to see one of his two worst.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't connecting on hardly any deep balls. We were going to see a show, and their tailback wound up showing out, and their defense just was lights out.
I mean, they won 58-7.
It was like 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah,
they were winning. So coach probably was like,
He didn't have to do it.
No, he didn't. He could just sit on the sidelines and sip water and let them win the game.
Yeah.
Because their tailback, whoever he was, he was ripping them.
But watching the game, did you think he would be starting for a pro team in 5 years?
No way.
Didn't either.
He missed his reads. He
misfired a lot. He overthrew
one or two. Like he just either they run the wrong route and then some of them he just, like you said, he's overthrew.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's nervous or I would think, man, he's playing a lot of football. I was thinking,
he was just a junior then.
There's no way he could be nervous. I mean, he's played a lot of big games.
55. I think he lost 2 games in his career. 55-2.
So you wouldn't think pressure would get to him. I wouldn't.
I think if you counted middle school, he was 70-3 or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now,
and in college, it ended up being over 106 or something.
And
like
you find out that he didn't even like football. Like as a 7th grader, and his dad had to get him to play. He just wanted to ride on a skateboard a lot.
He never come out and said it, but I saw an interview with him, and I think he was fine with Meyer being let go.
Really?
Well,
he felt that way.
Well, I don't. Not nothing technically against Urban. I think he just thought it was a distraction.
The stuff that he got into with that lady at the diner up there.
Yeah, and all that. Just, he was arguing with players, and I think Lawrence was just up there to play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he seems like a straightforward kid.
Yeah.
Like he don't get into much. I mean, you don't ever hear nothing about him, or I never did.
Supposedly which I don't know if it's a story. For some reason, their best player during the year production-wise ended up getting benched. And I think Lawrence may have said, well, Coach, we're getting to the end of the game here. Why is he on the bench? And, not in a disrespectful way.
Don't question me. Who are you to tell me I'm Urban Meyer? What was you thinking?
What happened with him?
I beat Nick Saban one time. We'd run a score upon him. Don't ever question.
Tried to, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and that was on purpose.
But we wish Lawrence the best.
Oh, sure,
I know
absolutely.
We've told that story 100.
Yeah, absolutely. Good kid. Hope he's making plenty of money, and he's living out his dream, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about...
I
don't know where to start. So this will be the college basketball part here that most people's been waiting on since I'm done with our local stuff here in USFL.
All right, well, Matt, let's just...
I don't know.
Let's start with Thursday night.
You want to do the bad or the good first?
I'll start with Thursday, and then I'll get to... All right, Thursday night. Arkansas upset Gonzaga.
Huge.
That was a shocker.
That was the end of all the brackets. We already thrown a lot of them away, but that kind of did it.
That kind of did it in.
Because who didn't have Gonzaga? Besides me, I had Kansas as winning it, but...
And that was a shocker. Duke beat Texas Tech 78-73. We watched that. That was a good game.
Really good game. Texas Tech has a lot of seniors, and they give Duke a good game. And, of course, Duke will be bringing back most of their players.
And some other Final 8. Kansas beat Providence 66-61. North Carolina beat UCLA 71-66. That was a fantastic game.
Yep.
Miami beat Iowa State. This was Thursday and Friday. Houston upset Arizona 72-60. Wow, they just never could get going. And the biggest one,
never could get ahead. Arizona stayed behind the whole game.
Villanova beat Michigan. They were behind the whole game.
I didn't expect the Michigan to.
Villanova beat them 63-55, and the big one from Thursday and Friday was St. Pete beat Purdue 67-64.
I don't want to say I wasn't surprised because I don't want to sound like, well, he thinks he knows everything up there on that darn talk show. He got a YouTube channel now. He thinks he knows he's good.
Well, nah, nobody expected St. Pete to beat Kentucky and Purdue.
But the game with them losing, that didn't surprise me. No. Purdue was okay. I mean, they're not a
world beaters, but
they got
a good program.
They're not Duke. They're not North Carolina.
Right.
They're not prominent.
Well, let's move on to today and yesterday, Matt. Duke beats Arkansas 78-69. Had them 18 points at one time. Villanova beat Houston 50-44.
Not surprised.
Low scoring.
Very low.
Very, very low. Kansas beat Miami 76-50. Scored them 32 points in the second half.
Not surprised.
And our last game to set the Final Four in North Carolina beat St. Peter 69-49. So here's what we got, Matt. We got Saturday, North Carolina and Duke.
Let's see. Let me write that down.
Now, I'm assuming that'll be the late game.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. North Carolina versus Duke.
Yeah.
And Villanova versus Kansas.
They'll play.
I would say they'll play first.
Yeah. So these games will take place next Saturday.
In New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the championship will be Monday night. All right, so that leaves us next. All right, what are you picking there, Matt? That's just two games. Well, three, actually. What are you picking there on the Kansas-Villanova? How you see it?
Well, my bracket says Kansas. So I'm going to have Kansas going on to play. I'll say Kansas plays Duke. I think they're striving to win for Coach K.
Right. Okay. Well, then what's going to happen in that championship? All right.
My heart's going to be pulling for Duke or North Carolina if they beat Duke either way. So I'm going to stick with my bracket. I'm just going. I'm not going to be one of those and say, well, on it right here you see Big Man. He picked Duke to win it, and then don't look at my bracket. Don't go to CBSSports.com and look at that. I had Kansas winning it, so I'm just going to be a man of my word. So you got
Kansas beating Duke.
Yes.
All right, and I've got Kansas and North Carolina going, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know who to take in that. I'm going to stick with Kansas.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, they beat Miami by 30 today.
Well, don't be surprised, though. I mean, North Carolina, well, and Duke too, but North Carolina's playing great this month. They have just decided to start playing basketball.
And, UCLA was in control of that. They come down and hit 2 threes in 2 straight possessions.
And they're good.
And it was over.
UCLA is a good team.
But they beat UCLA and Baylor, back to back. And they're just.
That's Carolina-UCLA game on here.
Yeah, that was a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's tied here just right off the first.
Look at this move here. That old boy can play right there. Look at that. He dipped in and out.
What's the deal? What do y'all like the old headband? Look at that little shake and bake.
Oh my God.
The double pump. Y'all like the headbands? What do y'all think about those headbands?
So we both got Kansas winning. I just got them beating somebody different than you do.
What is it? The chalk talk, the chalk walk? They walk the.
Man, I'm going to change.
The Jayhawk. The Jayhawk chalk talk walk.
Jayhawks, yeah.
Oh, that's old dude, man. He's good. What's his name? With a ponytail up on top?
Baycott? Oh, wait, for North Carolina?
No. The guy at UCLA.
They got Juzang.
One with
Watkins, Tiger Campbell.
The one with a hairdo.
Oh, yeah, that's Tiger Campbell.
Bro, that man.
He's the best point guard in college basketball.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah.
He is really fun to watch.
Best point guard in college ball. We enjoy this time of year, and you will be coming over to watch it next Monday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We watch it together.
Yeah.
We've done that. Me and Matt and a buddy of ours.
Sean comes.
Sean will come. That's it, though. Nobody else show up. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll do autographs at halftime.
Yeah,
come up on the porch.
Well, the reason we can't have no more than 3 is I only got room for 3 people.
Yeah. Well, you could sit on the floor, man. We could start lining at the door.
Ethan will probably come. One night we had 4 or 5 in there, didn't we?
Yeah, Ethan came with him one night. We had pizza. Had a good time, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we've watched a lot of ball there. We've all watched a lot of ball together.
Yeah, lots of title games. And
I'm sorry, and Matt feels the same way. I can't do title games alone. I can do like games like tonight. Not the title games.
Football, I can.
You can?
Yes.
Which I think I'd usually come over here and watch.
If Bama's playing in it. I can take one person, but I really like to watch it. I really want to.
You don't want to talk.
No.
Right.
And when we go to visit some of our other friends.
Oh, yeah, they're not interested in it.
They just want to talk. And that's the highlight of his week is waiting for friends to come over and talk,
right.
And which is good. And we love talking. Golly, that's about all I'm really good at. And that's what I'm doing now is talking.
But now his team.
But in a title game.
Well, his team's not in it. They hadn't been good for a while. But he told me that when they were in it, he didn't want nobody coming over.
Mm-hmm. He just want to watch the game.
When they played. And I worked with a guy named Billy Martin. Shout out to Billy.
Oh, Billy the GOAT.
He said, when Alabama plays, do not come to his house. I said, I'm going to come over and watch it with you.
No. And trust me, if you know Billy like we do, he's very quiet. He don't say a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not a violent person at all. Never even seen him mad.
No.
But I wouldn't want to make him mad.
No.
Because he could pick a car up with you in it and turn it over.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's just.
But just don't want nobody to watch it. My Uncle Frankie's like that. He'd just assume you're not.
I don't. I kind of like to see the game. I want to watch the plays. I like watching the linemen, you know, how they block, and I get into it.
But we will watch the final game together.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've watched the Final Four much. I mean, I have before, but I always watch the championship.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not big into the Saturday.
Repeat. Carolina versus Duke, same as 1991, I guess, Final Four, and Villanova will play Kansas. And then the winners, we got Kansas playing Duke. We both got Kansas beating. You got Duke too?
No, I got
You got North Carolina? Okay, I got Kansas beating Duke. Dean's got Kansas beating North Carolina. And just to be really honest, all these I like all these Final Four teams.
I wouldn't doubt. Well,
what if Villanova wins it?
Well, I heard one of their best players is out.
Okay.
He tore his Achilles.
If North Carolina wins it, I'm not going to be.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm not going to be steamed. I mean, look at these guys. They're playing right here. They're good, man.
Well, it's my family being Kentucky fans. They're not real happy about North Carolina and Duke being.
Well, sure. No, they hate them.
Let's see what. My uncle sent a message here. Let's see what it says.
Yeah, what's he talking about? North Carolina. I don't know, man. They might win this thing. I mean, Duke may go on and win it too.
Well, wait just a second here. Hold on, Matt. This is pretty interesting. No coincidence that 4 of the top 10 coaches are in the Final Four. I agree. That Kansas coach is good. Coach K is good. Villanova's coach, great. He's great. Now, this is the first year for the North Carolina guy, but obviously he's done a good job.
Well, they got dudes, man. I mean, that's where you go up there to play basketball. And they're not bad at football neither. They're not a bad football team.
I'm kind of with my Uncle Bobby here. I don't know. Do you think Cal's in a group with these guys? Coach Calipari?
Well, you want to think so. I guess wins-wise, he's been doing it a long time, but, they don't get as deep every year.
Right. Well, I mean, because they don't have a lot of players hanging around.
But they don't, yeah. So the other coaches usually do. Well, North Carolina, I mean, this team, they're young.
That just floors me.
I mean,
wasn't that good.
The Duke team we watched.
Yes, they're young.
Yeah, man,
and the freshman's their star.
Yeah, and he's good too.
He's good.
Yeah, I love
Blanchero.
Blanchero, he had, what do you have, 23 other night?
Oh, yeah.
23, 12, and 10.
He plays with some intensity, too.
He does. I like how he plays.
Yeah, he's not scared.
No. This UCLA team, they're in every year.
They were good. They were good. And North Carolina, but what happened was down there in the last
8 minutes.
2 minutes, man, that guy for Carolina sank them 2 threes.
Well, Texas Tech,
Texas Tech played great.
Duke was beat.
Yeah, I thought they were.
We watched this whole game, and the whole time we're going, well, I guess Coach K is going to end it right here. He's had a good run. What a lifetime career. And then I told you, I said,
3 minutes?
It's going to be one of those games. Yep, 5-minute mark, bam. I don't know what happened.
It was never.
They turned it on.
Texas Tech started missing some shots.
Did they go on a 12-0 run?
They had a pretty good run.
I think they went on a 12-0 run there at the end. I'm like.
Yeah, and then Texas Tech kind of cut it back a little bit. Texas Tech's good.
Yeah, they are.
Good. And their coach, it was his first year.
I mean, for Duke, there was never any point in that game I felt like they were going to win.
No, I thought Texas Tech outplayed them.
They were down constantly.
Yes.
4-6, constantly.
Yeah.
They'd be down 10. They'd make a run, get back in it.
What was my intelligent comment of the night? I can tell by the way this game's going that Texas Tech's going to win.
Yeah, that is not happening.
But you can tell a lot of times in the flow of a game who's probably going to. But Duke's got something. College kids got something that other kids don't.
Well, especially those college kids, too. Yeah.
I mean, they don't. 3 points, they can overcome that.
Yeah. So he drops 3. Look, they're down 3.
Okay, now he tied it. Now watch this next trip down.
This is it. Out to the corner.
Podcast. Oh, gosh. That goes in, they win.
Yeah.
Here's the same guy again. Watch this. This step back. Watch this, man. This is awesome.
Wow. Dude, he's 3-4 foot behind. Wow. Under a minute. They got 3 timeouts. UCLA has 1.
This was a good move, but he missed the shot.
He'd been hitting it all night, man. He just weak wristed it. And see, they're up 3 here. They got the ball.
Rebound. Oh, my God.
That's it. Ball game.
Somebody's trying to blame it on the coach, and I'm like, no, it wasn't the coach, and he just got out. They got outshot in the last 2 minutes.
They missed their shots. That little guy right there, though.
No, he's awesome.
He's like a firecracker.
30 points. He scored 30. Loved it. When you got 4 guys on your team that can hit the 20-point mark, you're probably pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and they get good bench play too because it's North Carolina, man. I mean,
yeah. But I heard something today which I thought was kind of odd. That he don't go to his bench.
And really?
No, he plays a couple of guys.
He
plays 7, and that's it. That made them, and I didn't agree with this, Matt. 71-66. They're celebrating and everything. They made them come back out and shoot 2 free throws to win 73-66.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Apparently, one of the refs called a foul, and the clock operators didn't hear it. So instead of letting it go,
this was a pretty good game here, Kansas
State.
It
was. Providence had a good team.
Yeah,
Providence probably better than Miami and St. Peter.
Yes,
and maybe Arkansas.
I agree. Yeah, we talked about last week the numbers and like the big games one had been in, and Providence has been in some big games. They were 3-0. When ranked teams.
Right.
Kansas was 5-1, and it's Kansas, man.
They got beat by 30 by Kentucky.
Yes,
or 20.
And then here they are, probably could win the title.
Make them win the title. Hey,
wow, what a move! Jeez,
well, but all right. Let me see if you agree with this. Auburn won the regular season. Tennessee won the tournament. But Arkansas wins the SEC, actually. They did better than anybody in the conference as far as from
Tennessee gets the trophy.
But we know that Arkansas had the best season.
A&M had a good year. Mm-hmm. Arkansas made the longest run.
They made the longest run. But do you give them, in our minds, are they the best team in the SEC?
Auburn?
No, Arkansas.
Oh.
You got to give it to them, don't you?
I don't see why you how could you not? I mean, they made it further than anybody.
Anybody. Way further than anybody.
Yes. Bama, Kentucky, Auburn.
Yeah.
They all just.
That's the second year in a row Arkansas has had the best team in the SEC.
They played bad late, the other 3.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't think.
And they didn't win either the tournament or the regular season.
We try to give Georgia attention to, especially football. I mean, good. Right, they just won the title. Their basketball program is null and void. Just null and void.
They're trying to change that.
I don't know what they got going on, or
I don't know if it's coach. I'm starting to wonder if it is. I don't think it might not be the coaches. I mean, because they're having the same problem.
Well, they ain't got no players.
Well, it's such a football state.
Yeah.
And all the talent in Georgia, which they say basketball talent is unbelievable around Atlanta, none of them go to Georgia.
Well,
they go out of state.
You see where they go? They go to North Carolina or Providence.
Arkansas. Their best players from Georgia.
See?
Yeah. Note, he was from Georgia.
Yeah. So. I like this Kansas team, man. I like how they played all year. I've seen them play maybe 2 or 3 games before. They play with a lot of confidence.
They do.
And that's something that you can't mimic that, or you can't coach it, or you can't get over there and draw that up on the old grease board and say, hey, guys, we got to play and be confident here.
They've got a star. He's good. I think you pronounce his name Abaji.
Yeah.
But he's.
I've heard Abaji or Aboji. I've heard it both ways.
He's very, very good and seems humble.
Yes.
I don't know if he's ever. Nothing wrong with the kid doing that, but I don't know if he ever even does anything when he gets an M1 or dunks it.
Yeah. He's focused. He's ready to play.
I don't even see him in there.
Well, he's battling down low.
Oh, that's him. 30.
And you see him battling down low down there.
But now, I tell you what, North Carolina Duke has some good players.
Oh, yeah, man. That game is...
I'm not familiar with Villanova's players, just to be honest with you.
I'll see if you agree. I'm going to assume this, which means nothing, that the North Carolina Duke game will be better than Villanova Kansas.
I would think, but
who knows?
Watch that Kansas Villanova be the greatest game.
3 overtimes.
It'll be like that Kentucky and Duke. Greatest game ever. You know, Duke was supposed to have beaten him pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, they did beat him, but, I mean, it took the Leitner shot to beat him. That was sickening.
Look at there. Sometimes the ball just rolls your way.
And as a Kentucky fan back then, I was just happy they played them well. And then when they got a chance to win it, I'm like, wow. And then they got beat. They weren't supposed to win that game.
No.
No, Duke had won it the year before and had everybody back.
Right.
God, what a big win that would have been for the Kentucky program.
Yeah. That'll change some. That may put us some, could have put a change into some whole different era stuff.
Oh,
maybe.
Man.
I don't know.
Tino might not have ever left, which I wish he hadn't.
I like him.
Yeah.
I hate to see you kind of went out how all that mess went down.
A lot of turmoil.
I hate how that went down that way. Well, that's it for the college basketball.
Yeah.
We'll say that again. North Carolina plays Duke Saturday, and Villanova and Kansas play. We got Kansas. I got Kansas playing Duke. Kansas winning. Dean's got Carolina playing Kansas, and Kansas winning also.
Kansas. We both got. I just can't pick against them right now. But I think that's amazing since North Carolina didn't even really have a good year.
That North Carolina's playing good, man.
You don't want to play them right now. I would be surprised if Duke beats them, to be honest. But they hammered Duke last time they played. So you know what usually happens in basketball.
Yeah, a little payback.
Yeah. And Coach K's next to last game. No matter what. He's only got 2 more games left, no matter what.
Period, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing him finish his career on. He's been, how much has he done for college basketball?
Oh, man.
I mean, honestly.
Awesome. Man, you got to see this alley-oop here in a second. It'll come on. It won't be long. You got to see it. It's about from the 3-point line or maybe farther back. It'll show it. Wow. Providence,
You see
Rhode
how,
Island.
like you can tell, like games are like one team's kind of pulling away.
This might be, no, that ain't. Oh, yeah, you can.
And then when the 5-minute mark hits, we're like, all right, here we go. Now let's really play.
I want you to see that alley they do. It may be.
Was it Providence?
No, Kansas. Abaji's the one that dunked it. But it's from way out. You're like, really? That's obviously not it.
They play at such a high level. That's what I'm saying. This Kansas team, they play with a lot of confidence, man.
Well, they didn't lose but 6 games all year. Most of them in conference. Boy, Providence played them, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
I wish they'd show that alley. That ain't it. Who's this guy?
These guys are so prepared to play NBA. They're so ready.
I'll shut up when you see this alley-oop. You've got to see this alley-oop. This obviously ain't it. Well, oh, come on. That wasn't it.
And here he goes in.
I thought it nearly. This may be it.
No.
That's it. Can you rewind that? Guys, look where he was at. He was at the 22-foot mark. He's making it look like he's shooting. He knows he's not shooting.
Yeah, it's way back. And look how far he is back. He's back at the letters. There you go.
I disagree.
We'll just leave it right there.
I disagree with the announcers. They goes, boy, that worked out just like they drew it up. That play didn't get worked on.
No.
There's no way.
No,
guys.
no. Don't.
When are you going to waste your practice time to work on
No, that's just basketball chemistry.
I told somebody, it's like, now sometimes they give coaches too much credit.
No, it worked just like the drill. No, he may have been being sarcastic.
Man, he could have been.
I hope so.
He had to.
Because that's not Drew. That's just.
He didn't even. Huh?
No, that's just straight up down here at the park playing, basketball.
Yes. He threw it over to him. He had a guy in the corner, and he decided to go back to the top of the
He's just paying attention. He's been a good guard. I mean, that's what
how
they
did
do.
him and that forward know to? I mean, he's like, he's way out there. Oh, wait, he's shooting. No, that's an alley.
I don't know if he maybe made a break to the basket, maybe looking for the ball, and then team chemistry.
I don't know that may be the best alley-oop I've ever saw. The longest.
No, I've seen some
22 foot.
No, I've seen something like that. Opinion from Hardaway and Shaq back in the day.
Oh, really? That far out?
Yes. He would just throw it on from the other side, and he would just grab it and shake the whole stadium. Shaq was so dominant, the most dominant basketball player I've ever seen play in my life.
To me, that's the play of the tournament. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So we'll check it out. Carolina and Duke will square off, and Villanova and Kansas square off, and we like Kansas to win it.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll move on. I'm sorry. I just had to.
It's good stuff, man.
See the alley-oop.
It's good stuff. We got him right there sticking his whole arm like he about to hit his head on the backboard.
Yeah, he's good.
This is college recruiting classes as kids are going to be graduating this time next year.
Right.
Kids will be coming into after summer, after they will be seniors. Notre Dame, Georgia are way ahead in the newest recruiting polls. Yes,
Notre Dame.
I said Notre Dame.
Wow.
The kids like him, man.
They do.
Yes.
I've heard that.
What's
his name? I forgot his dang name. Well, he only coached in one game. I'm talking about Freeman.
Yes, he coached under
Marcus
Kelly there.
Yeah.
And the kids liked him. He was kind of voted unanimously to be the head coach. 2023 class, there's 67 of the ESPN 300 have committed. 5 are ranked in the top 65 that's committed. Georgia leads with the most. Next is Ohio State, then Arkansas.
Wow.
Yes.
Sam Pittman, huh?
Guys, don't be surprised. Arkansas's, they're getting it done out there, man.
Are. They really are.
He's
did everything, apparently.
Yes. So, now if they come under investigation next 2 or 3 years.
Well, now, and I'm not changing the subject, but somebody was telling me today that Hardaway's in trouble.
I did. I
seen that. Some big-time trouble.
Yeah, speaking of him. Yeah, I seen that. I sure did like watching him play.
I hate that. I thought they were good.
Yeah, but, I do too. Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Georgia, Penn State. That's kind of how this lines out as of right now. Tennessee is 10, and Bama is 25. Now, this is early, so now,
I'd say they're going to jump.
Yes. Yeah, Alabama ain't finished out of the top.
Well, if that starts going down, then I'm sorry, the dynasty will die out.
Yeah, you don't have kids, you can't win.
Right.
I'm surprised that Texas Tech and Notre Dame is 1 and 2.
Texas Tech.
No idea what's going on. Not Texas Tech. So now the state we know is full of athletes.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
Football and baseball. I don't know how much basketball talent they've got. They got a lot of good baseball.
Well, that's a big state. It's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes 3 days to drive across. I've been out there.
There's a few kids.
Good God, man. It's a long drive. I'm speaking of out west. We hope our boss man, Bo Starkey's doing okay.
Yeah.
He's been sharing a lot of pictures, him and the family, or out on a little vacay.
He's in Zona.
Yeah,
Arizona.
they're out there.
I went out there one time. Nice state.
Riding the Horseshoe Canyon, pictures of him and Lily on the canoe there and Misty. So I hope y'all are doing great, guys. And he may listen to our podcast, so shout out to Bo and all the guys at Average Joe's. Number 1 recruiting right now, of course, it's Archie Manning, QB. Yeah. He's from New Orleans. He has interest in Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. He's not made any commitments solid right now. Malachi Nelson, QB from California. He's locked in at USC. I guess he'll play behind Caleb Williams.
I would think.
The 3 guy is Cornema McClain, cornerback. Probably he's from Florida, so he may be going to Gators or Bama. Bama is on his short list also. Number 4, David Hicks, a defensive lineman. He is from Texas. He's favored for A&M to go. Iowa is looking to keep a hometown boy close to home. A offensive tackle, Caden Proctor, exceptional lineman. Go watch some videos on him if you get bored when the show goes off. Find him on Max Preps. Caden, Kadyn Proctor. It's one of those. I mean, he's from Iowa, so he's a once in a lifetime NFL type. Yes,
yeah.
6'5", 300, 4-something, 40, benches 600 pounds. I mean, now DeAndre Moore Jr. He's the top wide receiver in the nation. He is from California. He's 5'11", 190. I just mentioned him because he's the top wide receiver. Because if you noticed, I mentioned all these other top players, and they're all quarterbacks or linemen.
Right.
So that's kind of saying the wide receiver run that went through the past 5 years from Michie,
right.
Devontae
Smith,
all the guy Pickens and the guys that's played everywhere.
Yeah.
They're kind of on short list now.
Waddle. Yeah.
So he's down on the list, but he's your highest ranked wide receiver.
It's just going through. It's like a phase. Huh?
It is.
It's phasing out.
It's going back to
running back.
To running backs because people are starting to run the ball more. So
start running the ball.
DeAndre Moore Jr., top wide receiver. He is from California. 5'11", 190. Not a big guy. Bama, Arizona State, Auburn, and Florida are his interest, and that is about it. Just to give you a little rundown on kind of what's going on in college football right now.
Who's going to be Arizona State's quarterback? Paul Bryant?
Yeah.
Did Bryant? No, I don't know.
Paul
Bryant's. Paul Tyson.
Yes.
Okay. Matt, I guess you. Well, okay, you had some more stuff, right?
We got USFL news and local news.
Well, what did you hear about? What did you think about Tyreek Hill getting traded? I didn't like it, but why? Why was it? Why did that take place?
Spotify and Applecast will be cutting out of here. If you want to catch NFL stuff, go and head over to the page, and you can catch the rest of the show toward the end. And we're about done to get out of here. So we love you guys. We thank y'all, and God bless. Y'all have a good week. Okay.
Well, were you shocked by that?
Yes.
I don't understand.
I was shocked. And
they got 5 picks for him, but I mean, come on. He led them to 1 Super Bowl, led them to 2. They won 1.
I don't know if he's.
I don't get it.
Not happy, or I read an article like CBS Sports thing. I shared on the page or something. I read through it. I don't know. I just to be honest, I'll just give my honest opinion.
Yeah, I want to hear it because I've not heard anything that makes a lot of sense from anybody. I mean, I'm talking about in the press.
I think that it's just the way things are now. If you're a little unhappy or if you think you can win something somewhere else, it's just what's popular. You just move.
He played with the best quarterback in the league, and he's going with a quarter, which I love Tua, but look, Tua's not even proven yet.
They are really.
Completely.
People are really high on Tua.
Well, they are.
I'm not sure why.
Look what they've gone through for Tua. The guy fired the coach, and the coach just sued him, and all that was basically, was it not for Tua?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Because which they tried to turn, and I don't mind saying this, a lot of people did in the press, tried to turn the Flores thing into a racist thing. He had problems with another African American and a white.
Yes, no, it would. He's trying to bring some kind of light about, like when they started talking about it, it's like he's talking about another team.
Yeah.
Like that didn't want to hire him, and he thought it was maybe because of his color.
Giants, what?
Yeah, and I don't know.
Well, no, that may have happened, but that's not why he left. Got fired from Miami.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, what are you talking about? Why did he? I don't get it. Like, why did he bring that? What did that have to do with him? It's like I think he felt slighted because he was fired, so he wanted to throw that up in the air to make a big cloud and a mess, so people would not talk about him just being hard to get along with, and he's just kind of a butthole.
I think he's very hard to get
along with.
But he did go to Pittsburgh. He'll have to get along there.
You just throw up this cloud of racism, and you just hope that it fogs and it covers the room and like, well, nobody's seeing me now because I'm just a butthole. But when the fog all settles, and that's why I didn't say anything, and that's what more people need to do. Just wait and get a lot more information. And when it all settled down in the room, then you really see what's going on, and you find out from other places that he worked and the real intel. You find out.
I don't hear anything about it anymore.
Well, that's not really what happened. That's why you don't hear anything else about it, because the big bomb he threw up just blowed up in his face, and he just made himself look foolish.
Well, and I don't think that him and the general manager didn't get along at all.
No, right, and he didn't where he was at other places neither.
Right, and him and Tua didn't like him. He didn't come out. He's never going to come out and say I don't like him, but he did.
No, because he's not that kind of kid. Right. So that just to the point you were making. Obviously, they're high on him. Obviously, Cherokee Co feels it could be part of his game, and it'll help take him to another level.
He will. I mean, he's good.
And did you read where Tyreek said he said he was really interested in meeting Waddle? He said, "Man, that kid can play. He's so dynamic, and I can't wait to get down there." And like he talks a lot of junk, and I like that. And
I don't understand though. And Hardman was kind of upset. Are they gonna make Cole Hardman from Georgia fixing to be Kansas City superstar go-to guy?
I don't know. It could be possible that may be the way things go down.
I don't understand players like Tyreek getting traded. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Let me see. What have I got here? Just basically, I guess that's the best answer that I have. Was just I think that it's just so darn
easy to leave now.
Yeah.
That's just what you do.
Right. Well, in NFL, right here, the news from yesterday, the biggest moves in free agency are over, so experts are here to break it all down. And it's got a picture of Tyreek on
the that's just well, I know you were. I mean, he's had a good career, but I know you were ready for Matt Ryan to move on, and he had.
Oh, man, yes. Thank God.
To the Colts. But I was asking Big Mike today, I said, so you're telling me Marcus Mariota's the new quarterback? That's just a done deal? I mean, I said, Marcus Mariota didn't even start where he was at. I'm just saying, I like Marcus Mariota. He may be great, but I was kind of hoping they'd get Mayfield.
Falcons need a full-time starting quarterback other than Matt Ryan. For the first time since 2007 season, Mariota understands the significance of potentially being that replacement. Quote, "Those are big shoes to fill, no doubt," Mariota says Friday. "I think, for me," Mariota says, "something I definitely learned over the course of my career is that you cannot compare yourself to other people. What Matt did here, what he's accomplished here, is truly greatness. And for me, I'm just kind of out here to carve my own path," end quote.
Right.
So,
well, I'm just saying, Mariota lost his job to Tannehill.
He's good.
And I don't know. I don't have nothing against him, but I don't know if he's the great white hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no pun intended.
Savior. Well, he's actually Samoan, isn't he?
Yes.
But
with Derek Carr, where he come from, out there playing behind him.
Back up there.
Yeah,
he's good.
He played 11 games of the past 2 seasons, completing 60% of his passes for 230 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
He just hasn't played a lot.
We watched him, followed him through his college career at Oregon. He was a great player. No knock against him, but is he going to be the new base for Atlanta? I don't know. I was kind of looking forward to Deshaun Watson.
I was too, to be honest. I mean, especially after
that's kind of pumped me up.
He got. I mean, they threw out the charges. And hey, let's move on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good enough for me, just to be honest with you. And yes, I was hoping he would be.
I really enjoyed watching him in college. He was a good player. From other NFL news, Dane, Carolina Panthers general manager Scott Fitter, less than a month after saying that the starting quarterback job was open, quote unquote, on Friday, Sam Darnold was in the lead for that job. "We want him to take it from here and to run with it," Fitter said. Sam Darnold at the Panthers.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to add a lot of competition to the room, and the whole emphasis of stabilizing the quarterback position to play winning football. That's what we're working towards.
Where have you heard about Cody Pickett? Where did you hear he was going?
I don't know.
I don't either. I think he would go to the Steelers. Is Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Steelers? A lot of the quarterback, it's just musical chairs.
I know.
The quarterback.
If you miss it one time, like a couple of days, you get out of the loop. Well, he's changed 4 teams since then.
Wentz is going to the Redskins. I thought the Redskins were established with their quarterback.
Yeah,
Heineke. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people really like him.
Well, and Jalen at Philadelphia,
is he safe?
I don't know. See, I mean, I read something the other day that he may be interested in something different, but he didn't say where. And this may be a reporter putting garbage out there. I don't know.
How many of the 32 quarterbacks are safe? I mean, Rodgers is safe. Mahomes.
Probably 20. 20 of the 32.
Are subject to go somewhere else.
I don't think Carr's leaving.
No, Carr's. He's safe. Goff. Not Goff. Stafford.
And you Ravens.
Jackson's safe.
Lamar, he ain't got nothing different going on.
Burrow's safe. Cousins.
Yes.
I don't even know if Kirk Cousins is safe.
What about our Cowboys guy?
No, I don't think he's safe. Prescott? Let him have one bad year.
Well, they keep talking about wanting to trade him. I don't know. Now, at Tampa Bay, that's where Jimmy G was supposedly going to take over. But Tom said he's
I would not want to be a pro quarterback.
Is he coming back? For sure. So
yes, I reckon.
Tom, while you're watching, he does watch. He watches the show.
Week. That's one of the reasons he retired. He was going to come home.
Matt and Todd Shaw.
We couldn't reach a deal.
Tom, we love you and what you've done for the football industry.
Uh-huh.
Buddy, go home. You have a beautiful wife and beautiful kids.
Mm-hmm.
Go enjoy your time with your family. You don't have to prove anything.
No.
You owe nobody nothing.
I don't.
People are going to say you're the GOAT. Just ride off in the sunset, tip your cowboy hat, and put your pistols in your pistol holder there on your belt.
Yeah.
What do you have to prove?
I just don't want to see him in 5 years going, Tom Brady was great until that comeback.
Joe Montana did it when he went to Kansas City. I mean, if they didn't
Favre, I mean, he's known more for that. What do you call it? Going back and forth. He did that a couple of times.
I mean, if it wasn't for Nigerian Nightmare at Kansas City where they could run the ball, Okoye.
Yeah.
Well, what's Joe Montana? He's old.
Yeah.
Now, is Tom in better shape than Joe was at that time? I would say so because
yes, he probably was.
Fitness is popular now. Is that the right word?
Right.
Michael Jordan was not in shape hardly much ever in basketball. He drank regularly, smoked cigars regularly.
Uh-huh.
So
he drank regularly?
Yeah, he the whiskey and stuff and the cigars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was gambling and out all night and
bad gambling.
Yes, that's why he left to play baseball. He was left an ultimatum. I mean, really, that's the real news. Now that's what me and him talked about.
Give up gambling?
Well, I had a podcast with him and it got erased. Me and Jordan sat down and did I'm just kidding.
What was the name of that?
Polished Day podcast.
No, I'm talking about what was the name of that dynasty?
Oh, The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, yeah.
Last Dance with Matt and Todd Shaw.
Yeah. He came on here. We had him first.
We had him first, man. We had it all wrapped up, but it kind of got messed up. Productions, paperwork kind of messed us up. But anyway, it's about 10 after. We'll get off here. Let everybody go enjoy the rest of their day.
Wait just a
and
second here, man. I got something.
Okay, whoop it out there. Tell us what's the breaking news. Breaking news. Live on the scene. President Jimmy.
We already know that.
President John F. Kennedy was assassinated today.
Villanova's best players out. We already knew that. Yeah, we know. Okay.
So NFL stuff, God knows, man. There's so much going on.
Yeah, we got the draft coming up in a month.
Yeah, April. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some more stuff. Next week, we'll have more college basketball and, of course, more local news for our area. Again, we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. And Dane, tell them what to do, man.
So hit the subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do.
I don't like saying that word. Hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
It's a hard word to say fast.
It's really easy to do, and it's not very hard. And we appreciate everybody that's been watching us and hanging out with us for working on 3 seasons now.
133 shows. I keep it on my notes, and every time I just go up one every time I do one. I think it's at 133. 134.
133.
133. Seinfeld only did 180.
We're reaching that point. One day the big producers are going to come and say, you know what? That old show y'all do, Y'all do a pretty good job of it. Y'all don't come on work for us. We'll pay you. I'll take about 30 G's a year a piece.
Andy Griffith did $250.
Well, yeah, and the Simpsons are at I don't know where.
10 million.
All right, guys. Y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always, and we'll catch you back next week here on the Matt and Todd Show nationwide, baby.
All right, y'all have a good week.
All right. See y'all. Peace.